Kanye West threatens to pull out of Coachella over Billie Eilish remarks on concert safety.
Okay.
You know, I think there's something about him and wanting other artists to do what he says. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, yeah.
Or
everyone to do what he
Taylor
says.
Swift.
Well, I'm just thinking now about the
everybody
number of
following?
times he's demanding an apology.
Yeah.
That's a wild one. A guy is demanding that you apologize to someone else who isn't demanding the apology themselves.
That's very Kanye, though.
So he's demanding that Billie Eilish apologize to Travis Scott.
Oh.
And it's like,
Well, that was
what
his
if what if Travis Scott isn't even offended? What if Travis Scott is like, nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
Well, that was the whole thing with the Taylor Swift thing. He was demanding that they give the award to Beyonce.
Yeah.
So he's an advocate,
It's
guys.
interesting.
He's an advocate.
It's interesting.
Yeah, he's an advocate.
It's like a control thing. Like, I want to take this and I want things to go this way. So you're going to have to act accordingly
Yeah.
on either side of it. He also was saying, he had some kind of comment. I don't know if that story's next, but he was saying something about Pete Davidson, how Pete should be thankful because he let Kim be with Pete, kind of thing. Like,
It's a bit controlling.
like shifting the authority on it. Now, I know he talks like the way thoughts enter his mind and turn into sound bites is different, to say the least. And so it's, sometimes you're hearing it in a way and it may or may not be the way that he means it. It may be the way in which he understands it or how you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't fit into an article well, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, well, look at
you're
this
on a
actual
rant-
quote. The actual quote is a lot. It's not that bad. Come on, Billie, we love you. Please apologize to Trav and to the families of the people who lost their lives. No one intended this to happen.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Trav didn't have any idea.
That's all right to say.
Trav didn't have any idea what was happening when he was on stage and was very hurt by what happened. And yes, Trav will be with me at Coachella, but now I need Billie to apologize before I perform.
Oh, okay. That's a little like blackmail-y.
So you're saying the first part is understandable, and then it goes a little bit far.
Yeah.
It becomes like a ransom of sorts.
Yeah.
And also the phrasing, I'm gonna need.
I'm gonna need.
It's like, whoa.
That's rude.
And I don't know if you also have to look at the original comments from Billie Eilish, which in the first place, I mean, maybe they're targeting. It says we're taking care of our people. Hold on, I wait for people to be okay until I keep going. Those were her comments.
That's a little rude because she's implying that Travis Scott purposely didn't wait for people to be okay. Yeah, it is shots fired. Yeah, it's a little rude on her behalf.
But I don't think she's the only one who has indicated such things.
No, I don't.
And in this case, I think audiences are wondering what the protocol is.
Yeah.
If I'm in an audience, right, and it's like however many people are at a Billie Eilish show, and I notice the show shutting down, I'm terrified in that moment because of what, I don't know if I'm terrified at a Billie Eilish show, but I'm just saying, like, whoever that audience is made up of, they may be scared based on having seen clips of what happens next after paramedics start showing up. You might be worried. You don't want people to start panicking.
Yeah.
And start like pushing one another or whatever. So her saying, I'll wait for people to be okay until I keep going, is kind of instructive to the group that's there.
Yeah.
It's not just shots fired.
Yeah.
Although, again, depending on how you want to read it, what kind of mental state you're in, you can have an optimistic look on the statement or you can have a pessimistic look on the statement and say it's just a direct shot and that's it.
Yeah.
But I have to believe when the thing happened with what was the event called? Now I'm forgetting.
Coachella.
Astro World.
Oh, Astro World.
When the thing happened with Astro World, it was such a shock to the general public, but then also to the entertainment world.
Yeah.
Where all people who do concerts were like, are we still doing concerts? Like for a second.
Yeah.
For a moment, people were reconsidering. So it carved like a spot in people's minds.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you asked her about the situation, she would be sympathetic to Travis and the families and
she's a performer
and all the rest of it. But when you frame it in such a way, like I'm gonna need you to apologize before it turns it into combat.
Yeah.
Instead of creating an opportunity for the person, a welcoming opportunity for the person.
Yeah, the first part of what he said was like really, he was trying to bring people together.
Exactly.
But then he was trying to force people apart in the second half.
Kind of. Because obviously if she doesn't, it's beef.
Yeah.
But I think actually deep down, he does always want to connect it. And so if it doesn't happen, he'll still want to squash it. Like I remember there was Drake, beef between him and Drake. And then next thing you know,
they squashed it.
He's in Toronto and they're smiling. And so like.
And they perform together, right?
I don't think he really just wants to keep it going on. But anyway,